Hello everyone. Everyone is doing well. So students, day before yesterday we have completed paper one exam. So I'm really felt very happy from listening you guys that you have given very good attempt for this paper one exam organizational theory behavior. So whatever paper we have discussed, same gunshot questions came. Okay, so I'm really felt very happy by taking feedback with the students. So now let's we do revision for paper 2. So before starting the session, I would like to tell you one thing. See, there should be a consistency while preparing any subject. Consistency should be there. So this is my own handmade notes preparation, what I'm sharing with you, that also unit wise. So here you guys have to pay little attention here. So it's not like that just you listened and skipped the complete video. No, unit wise, complete unit 1, complete unit 2, complete unit 3 and 4, 5 if you listen and if you follow the question answers. So each unit is interlinked to one another. And what happened while writing answer, you may not feel any problem. So first of all, we should or we need to understand the content, the concepts. Okay, whatever the topics is there in an a subject, we have to know that. So please kindly see the topic here. Paper 2 I'm going to discuss, that is managerial economics unit 1. Okay, let's we discuss it. So first, in managerial economics unit 1, nature and scope of managerial economics. Okay, here nature and scope of managerial economics. Here managerial economics is a application of economic principle theories, business decision making, and it helps manager to make best use of available sources and maximize profits. So here they will what do minimize the cost. They will minimize the cost and maximize the profit. This is one important aspect here. And definition, if you see, definition of managerial economics is managerial economics is the study of apply economics to solve business problems and make better managerial decisions. And objectives of managerial economics is that maximize profit, efficient use of resources, increase market share, long term survival, minimize cost. Just now I said, right? Business growth and customer satisfaction. This is the most important topic here. Objectives of managerial economics in unit 1 is that based on these six aspects, we are going to discuss complete this whole unit. Okay, so what is that? Maximize profit, minimize cost, efficient use of resources, business growth, and increase market share, customer satisfaction, long term survival. And if you see meaning of economics, it is a study of how people use limited resources. So limited resources, how people use going to use to use these resources to satisfy the unlimited wants. I hope you guys understood up to here. Now, key points. If you see the key points, resources are scarce. What do you mean by resources are scarce? Resources are very limited. Okay, only few resources is there. Scarce means deficiency. Only not unlimited. Only limited resources, availability of resources, only limited resources is there due to population increases, due to utilization increases. What happened, resources is going to be cut off, and it's going to be in minimum, what you say, resources are very scarce. Okay, human wants are unlimited. Obviously choice is necessary. So these are the key points in economics. And nature of managerial economics, I have mentioned is here ME. So it is a managerial economics. Please note down this. Here nature of managerial economics: practical in nature, decision oriented, goal oriented, uses of economic theories based on scientific method, future oriented, helps to solve business problems. I hope you guys understood this in this paper 2, Managerial Economics, Unit 1, Nature and the Scope of Managerial Economics, we have discussed. Here in this introduction, objectives of managerial economics, meaning of economics, key points, nature of managerial economics, we have discussed. Now coming to definitions of economics. So already you guys know the definition of economics. We are from plus 2 we are learning this, yes or no? So Adam Smith have given some definition. So what kind of definition he have given? Economics is a science of wealth. So he defined economics as a science of wealth. And Alfred Marshall given economics is a study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. And Lionel Robbins economics is the science of scarcity of choice. So mostly in this managerial economics we can see Lionel Robbins definitions. Okay, based on his study, maximum this managerial economics is all about. Okay, now if you see chief characteristics of managerial economics. So guys, I have given here what do you say, shortcut ME you people mention as a managerial economics. Okay, chief characteristics of managerial economics, or else you can call it as a characteristics of managerial economics. Is I'm clear? So first character is the microeconomics in nature. So managerial economics is a microeconomic in nature. So maximum, yeah, I hope you guys know economics have subdivided into two parts. One is micro and one is macroeconomics. Okay, so here if you see in managerial economics, it is completely comes under the microeconomics. Here and there we will learn the concepts of macroeconomics, but here it's completely of microeconomics in nature, managerial economics. Why? Because we are talking about management. Okay, managerial economics, external and internal aspect factors will be there, right? So internal factor means within the organization, external factors means outside of the organization. So maximum managerial economics is related to the interrelated aspects. So it comes under the microeconomics category. I hope you guys understood. Okay, uses of qualitative techniques. Here, tools and techniques we will use in managerial economics. And managerial economics helps in decision making. Is I'm clear? And focus on profit maximization. You know, any business organization, already we know it is a commercial unit. So they want to raise maximum profit and minimize the cost. Okay, now and considers risk and uncertainty. So one of the characteristics of managerial economics is that considers risk and uncertainty, an interdisciplinary subject, dynamic and flexible. Please note down this all 7 points. Characteristics of managerial economics: microeconomic in nature, uses of quantitative technique, helps in decision making, focus on profit maximization, considers risk and uncertainty, interdisciplinary subject, dynamic and flexible. Okay, now guys, let's we discuss about the scope of managerial economics. Here, if you talk about the scope of managerial economics, I have given in simple way to understand. You know, scope of managerial economics is the it is a demand analysis. It plays as a production analysis. It plays as a pricing decisions. It plays as a profit management and capital budgeting and risk analysis. This 6 points is very, very important. Everybody, please repeat after me. Scope of managerial economics. The first scope is the it is a demand analysis. Here in demand analysis, demand forecasting, consumer behavior. These two aspects we are going to learn under demand analysis. I hope you guys understood. Now, production analysis. Here, we are going to study about the two functions, that is production function and cost analysis under production analysis. Now, pricing decisions. In this pricing decisions, pricing methods, pricing discrimination, these two topics we are going to cover under pricing decisions. Profit management. What do you mean by profit management? Here we are going to discuss about break even analysis and profit planning. Now, coming to capital budgeting, investment decision. What do you mean by capital budgeting? Already in our previous class, I explained what is capital and what is budgeting, right? So here, investment decisions are also one of the most important aspect in managerial economics. And risk analysis, decision undertaking, decision and under uncertainty. I hope you guys understood. In this what do you say, in this video, we have discussed the definition of economics, chief characteristics of managerial economics, and the scope of managerial economics. Okay, so now let's we discuss what are the role of managerial economics. This is most important question. They will ask you what are the roles and responsibilities of managerial economics in an organization. So please listen carefully. So forecasting demand. Forecasting means predicting. Okay, future analyzation. How it's going to be demand in furtherly. Maybe low, maybe moderate, maybe high. He will decide. He will analyze by taking data, by collecting data, by analyzing the reports. Is I am clear? Now the second point, market analysis. Just now I said, right? And profit planning. Okay, pricing products, cost control, investment decisions. If you observe in all aspects, mostly managerial economics is all about pricing methods, investment decisions, profit planning. Okay, forecasting demand. This is the most repeated points in all questions. Okay, in managerial economics. Now, coming to business policy formulation. Once again, yes. Okay. Role of managerial economics, forecasting demand, market analysis, profit planning, business policy, formulation, pricing products, cost control, and investment decisions. Now, let's we discuss about uses of managerial economics. What are the uses of managerial economics and responsibilities of managerial economics? What are the roles and responsibilities of managerial economics? We are studying completely about the managerial economist. Okay, so role of managerial economist we have completed. Now uses of managerial economics, let's we discuss. Better business decision, resources allocation, proper utilization of resources should be there, right? In an organization, who can allocate this resources, that is managerial economist. Okay, cost reduction, profit improvement, business planning, is I'm clear, market forecasting, and also policy formulation. Okay, already we have discussed here business policy formulation and policy formulation. By the whom we are going to get this all information, we can do well in all these aspects with the help of the managerial economics. Okay, now let's we discuss the responsibility of managerial economics. Collect business data. He is going to collect the business data. He is going to analyze economic conditions. Okay, he is going to prepare report, preparation of reports, and he is going to forecast the demand. He can advise the management. Is I'm clear? So he can monitor market trends, and he helps in strategic planning. All over we have discussed about the managerial economist, what the roles and performance responsibilities in organization. Now let's see talk about fundamental concepts in managerial economics, or else you can call it as a basic concepts in a managerial economics. Fundamental concepts are basic principles used by managers to make correct business decisions, to make or to take correct business decisions. Here these concepts help in choosing the best alternative, is I'm clear, minimizing cost, maximizing profits, and efficiently utilizing means the availability of resources what is there, they have to allocate accordingly, and they have to utilize. What do you mean by utilize means usage, is I'm clear. Utilization means usage of resources. What is the importance of this fundamental concepts in managerial economics? IMP is the importance of managerial economics. Okay, please have a fair notes here. This my own notes I'm sharing with you guys, but your primary duty is that you have to prepare your own notes. Okay, now, importance. What is the importance? Help in decision making. Is I'm clear. Second point is reduce business risk. Okay. Now, third point is improves profitability. Okay. And fourth one is assist in planning and forecasting with the help of managerial economics, help in decision making, reduce business risk, improves profitability, assist the planning and forecasting. Now let's we discuss about the objectives. What are the objectives of managerial economics? Maximize profits, minimize cost. Okay, the second point is understand economic decision making. Now the third point, allocate scarce resources efficiently. Fourth point, evaluate business alternative. Okay, and the fifth point is market rational managerial decisions. These are the fundamental concepts in managerial economics. Importance and objectives we have discussed. Now let's we discuss, fundamental concepts. Okay, again the fundamental concepts, which type of fundamental concepts plays a role here. Fundamental concepts, guiding principles, help managers analyze business problems and choose best solution or best alternative. Okay, the main fundamental concepts you can call it. Guys, I am telling you, listen carefully. They will ask you what are the fundamental concepts of managerial economics, or else they will ask you question like this: what are the tools used in managerial economics, or else they will ask like this: what explain the principles of managerial economics? So principles, tools, concepts, three are the same in managerial economics. What is that? The first concept is opportunity cost concept. What is the first concept? Opportunity cost concept. And second concept is incremental cost concept. We will call it as a incremental cost concept. The third one is discounting principle concept. Fourth one is time perspective principle. Fifth one is equi-marginal principle. Okay, I hope you guys understood what I mean to explain you. Okay, so fundamental tools or fundamental principles or fundamental concepts. Total five we have discussed. In that, what is the first one? Opportunity cost, incremental cost, discounting principle, time perspective principle, equi-marginal principle. Remember this. You can get short answer also from this and long answers compulsory. Used here, these fundamentals where we will used in pricing, used in production, used in investment, used in budgeting and planning. Once again, this all concepts where we will use in pricing, production, investment, budgeting and planning. So opportunity cost, let's we discuss about opportunity cost. It is a value of next best alternative sacrificed when one choice is made. Okay, opportunity cost is the benefit lost by not choosing next best alternative. Example, a company. I gave an example as a company. A company has 10 lakhs invest project A is the profit. How much they will get? 2 lakhs. Or else if they A will invest in project B, he will get 1.5 lakhs. If the company chooses project A, opportunity cost is 1.5 lakh. Profit from project B that has sacrificed. Okay, so what you understood here, opportunity cost is nothing but, we will have in front of you two opportunities. For example, with the same amount you spent on A and you spend it on B. So output, input you have spent it on A 10 rupees, on B 10 rupees. So but here A you are getting only 12 rupees if you spent on A, and if you spend the same 10 rupees on B, you are going to get 15. So if you see the number here, 15 rupees increase, 2 rupees more, 3 rupees more you are getting. Here only 2 rupees. So obviously, to which alternative you go? You will go for B because you are getting more money than here. So this is known as the opportunity cost in simple words, if I say. ఓకే, షెల్ ఐ టెల్, ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ యూ తెలుగు. సో ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుందంటే ఆపర్చునిటీ కాస్ట్ లో మనకి రెండు చాయిసెస్ ఉంటాయి మన ముందర. సో ఈ రెండు చాయిసెస్ లో మనము ఒక దాంట్లో ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయాలి. దేంట్లో మనకి ఎక్కువ లాభంగా అనిపిస్తుందో, దేంట్లో మనకి ఎక్కువ ప్రాఫిట్స్ అనిపిస్తాయో ఆబ్వియస్లీ మనం దాన్ని చూస్ చేసుకుంటాము, అవునా కాదా? సో దాన్ని ఏమంటామంటే ఆపర్చునిటీ కాస్ట్. వి విల్ కాల్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఆపర్చునిటీ కాస్ట్. ఇఫ్ ద కంపెనీ చూసెస్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఏ, opportunity cost 1.5 lakh, profit in project B that was sacrificed. So project B sacrifice అయ్యింది, అవునా? సాక్రిఫైస్ అయ్యింది. ఆపర్చునిటీ కాస్ట్ ఏది చూస్ చేసుకున్నాం? ఏ. నౌ ఇంపార్టెన్స్, లెట్స్ వి టాక్ అబౌట్ ద ఇంపార్టెన్స్. హెల్ప్స్ compare alternatives, is I am clear, useful in production planning, ensures efficient use of resources, ensures efficient use of resources, is I am clear. I think I have repeated this point two times. So helps in compare alternatives, useful in production planning, ensure efficient use of resources. Okay guys, so now let's we talk about the advantages. So advantages of managerial economics: better resources allocation, decision making rational, profit maximization. uh, Opportunity cost, advantages of opportunity cost: better resources allocation, decision making rational, profit maximization. Now the second one is that incremental concept. What do you mean by incremental concept here? It means additional. Okay, it means additional. Incremental concept compare the additional cost with additional revenue from a decision. So formula, please see formula here. Incremental profit, incremental profit is equal to incremental revenue minus incremental cost. This is the formula for incremental cost. Is I am clear? Example, extra revenue 60,000, extra cost 40,000. Incremental profit, how much? Incremental profit, how much? 60,000 minus 40,000 if you do. Okay, 60,000 minus 40,000 if you do, you will get how much? 20,000. Here this is the incremental profit. I hope you guys understood this concept. Okay, incremental, since additional profit is positive, decision should be accepted in incremental concept. Now importance of incremental concepts: helps managers evaluate new proposals. Okay, second one is useful in expansion decisions. Okay, and third one is assist in pricing decision, and fourth point is helps compare different business option. I hope you guys understood incremental concept. Let's we talk about the third point, discounting principle. Okay, what is this discounting principle? Money received today is worth more than the same amount received in future. This is called time value of money. Time value of money, TVM. We will call it as a time value of money. Example, receiving 10,000 today is better than receiving rupees 10,000 after 1 year, because today's money can be invested and earn interest. Is I am clear? Shall I explain you once again? Once again. So discounting principle, according to time value of money. So whatever the value of money today's current day, that may be not applicable after 1 year. Is I'm clear? So whatever amount you're supposed to get, that we have to, collect now, and we have to utilize in any another form by investing. So what happened, directly or indirectly, we can raise additional amount from that particular money. Yes or no? If we receive the same amount of money after 2 or 3 years, so what happened, the value of money will decreases. So this is the main concept here. So that's what they said, that money received today is worth more than the same amount received in future, is called time value of money. Okay na? So uses of capital budgeting. See here, uses of discounting principle: capital budgeting, investment decisions, loan evaluation, project appraisal. Now, if you talk about the importance, calculate present value of future income. Okay, calculate the present value of future income. Helps compare investment projects, reduces investment risk. Here we have completed discounting principle. In this discounting principle, calculate present value of future income, helps compare investment project, reduce risk, investment risk. Okay, now let's we talk about time perspective principle of managers. Here, time perspective principles. In time perspective principles, managers should consider both short term and long term effects before making decision. So they have to see how is the short term benefits, how is the long term benefits. Okay. So here example, reducing product quality may increase short term profits and reduce customer satisfaction and profits in long run. I'm reading once again for you guys. Reducing product quality. Reducing the product quality may increase short term profits. Maybe there is a scope to increase the short term profits, but reduce customer satisfaction and profits in the long run. Did you understood what I mean to say? So, for example, a product is there. In that product, quality and quantity is very important. So what happened here, the manager will reduce the quality of product by adding additional things, and giving to customers. And what happened, customers will not get that much satisfaction. Okay, then taking the products like quality, standardized products, so quality is missing here somewhere. So what happened, slowly in long run, in long process, customers will get reduced. Okay na, maybe in short term they can catch profits, but there is a no, what you say, guarantee that the same customers is going to be taken future or not. So that's what profits, there is a reduce in profits in long run. Okay, now importance. If you talk about the importance, ensure sustainable growth, balance present and future. Okay, and helps in strategic planning. Ensure sustainable growth, balance present and future benefits, helps in strategic planning. These are the importance for time perspective principle. Now, advantages. If you talk about the advantages, long term profitability, better business planning, improved decision making. Okay. Now, let's we talk about the equi marginal principle. equi-marginal principle here. Resources should be allocated. Resources should be allocated so that the marginal benefit is equal all users. It is also called the law of equi-marginal utility. Resources should be allocated so that the marginal benefit is equal all users. It is also called law of marginal utility. Example, I given one example here. CEO means company here. Company spends its advertising budget on TV, newspapers and social media. It should allocate funds until last rupee spent on each medium gives the same additional benefit. Is I am clear? So here marginal principle is nothing but whatever amount we are spending, that we have to get back also on based on the ROI. ROI means what? Return on investment. Okay. So importance of this marginal principle: efficient resources allocation, maximum profit, better budgeting, cost control. Okay, now applications. Let's we see where we can apply. Okay, this kind of concept, that is on advertising budget, on production planning, on investment allocation and consumer spending. Is I'm clear? So almost all we have completed this. Now let's we discuss matrix. Okay, matrix also one of the most important concept in this unit 1. Okay, algebra and application. Matrix is the rectangular arrangement, okay, of numbers, symbols and variables in rows and columns. Matrices widely used in business planning, statistics, engineering, economics, computer science, operation, research. Where do we use this concept called matrix? In all statistics, engineering, computer science, operation, research, in this all we will use the matrix. But here in our economics also we are going to use this matrix concept here. Is I'm clear? So help to solve many equations quickly and make business analysis easier. So these are the example. Once again, these are the example I have given here. Okay, A is equal to 2, 5 and 4, 6. This matrix has two rows. Is I am clear? Two rows. This is two rows and two columns, and two columns, 2 into 2. Matrix definition and notation. Please listen. Matrix is a rectangular arrangement of numbers in rows and columns enclosed with brackets. Notation are represented by capital letters such as A, B, C, X. We will call it as a notation. Is I'm clear? Elements represented by A, I, J. This is row number and this is the column number. Order of matrix. Order is equal to number of rows and number of columns. Example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So order. So here if you see, number of rows is how many rows? 2 rows. And number of columns, how many columns? 3. Is I am clear? Some special matrices. There are special matrices, that is row matrix. A matrix which have only one row, means only one row is there. Okay, and column matrix, a matrix having only one column, like this. Is I'm clear, guys? So almost all matrices widely used in, we have discussed matrix definition and notation, we have discussed order of matrix, and the special matrices also we have discussed. And there is also special matrix. What is the special matrix? Square matrix. Okay, number of rows is equal to number of columns. So 2 is equal to 2 columns, right? Now rectangular matrix. Rows and columns are not equal. Yes, 2 rows and 3 columns not equal, right? 0, or else you can call it as a null matrix. All elements are 0 here. You can see the 0 in matrix. Identify identity unit matrix. Here diagonal elements are 1 and all other elements are 0. Example 1001. Okay, this is known as a unit matrix. Diagonal matrix. Only diagonal elements may be non-zero. Okay, this is the example I given. Scalar matrix and diagonal elements are equal. Is I am clear? Now see the upper triangular matrix. All elements below the main diagonal are 0, and lower triangular matrix all elements above main diagonal are 0. Okay, rules of operation of matrices. Matrix addition. Two matrices can be added only if they have the same order. Example A 1 2 and B 3 4. A plus B means 1 plus 3 4, 2 plus 4 6. Okay, so we have discussed till now square matrix, rectangular matrix, 0, null matrix, and identity unit matrix, diagonal matrix, scalar matrix, upper triangular matrix, lower triangular matrix, rules of operations of matrices. Okay, now let's we discuss about matrix matrix sorry matrix subtraction, possible only when matrices have same order. One second. Yeah, same order. Scalar multiplication, every element is multiplied by same number. Example 2x 1 2 3 4 is equal to bracket open 2 6 4 8 bracket close. Now matrix multiplication possible only when number of columns of first matrix is equal to number of rows of a second matrix. If A is 2 into 3, B must be 3 into n, means n means number. Okay, transform of a matrix rows and become columns, and columns becomes rows. If A is 1 2 3 4, and then AT is 1 3 2 4. Is I am clear? So laws of matrix algebra, cumulative law. Okay, cumulative law, that is addition. A plus B is equal to B plus A. True. Associate law, addition. A plus B bracket close plus C is equal to A plus bracket open B plus C bracket close is true. Associative law, okay, multiplication. AB bracket close C is equal to A bracket open BC bracket close, true. Distribution law, true. Okay, identity law, where I is the identity matrix. Zero matrix law, A plus 0 is equal to A, where 0 is the zero matrix. So take a screenshot of this. So based on matrix also you will get question. So important application of matrices. So how these matrices are going to be applied in economics, business planning, budget preparation, economic analysis, computer programming, operation research, okay, cost analysis, market research, statistics, and engineering. This all many aspects that we are going to use matrices. Okay, in and econometric modeling. So this is the most important question. Econometric, you will get short and long also. Econometric modeling, it is the process of expressing an economic relationship in the form of mathematical equation and testing it with statistical data. It helps managers predict future business outcomes and make better decisions. Definition of econometrics. What are the definition? Econometric model is the construction of mathematical models. Is the construction of what? Mathematical models using economic theory and statistical methods to analyze and forecast economic relationship. Now, objectives of econometric modeling. First objective is that to explain economic relationship, to predict future values forecasting, to test economic theories, to help managers make better decisions, okay, to evaluate effect of one variable on another. So these are the econometric modeling and objectives of econometric modeling and econometric modeling definition. Okay, so let's we discuss about the components of econometric model. So what are the components here? Components of economic econometric model. Dependent variable, variable to be explained or predicted. Example, sales, demand, profit, cost. These are the components in econometric model. That first component is dependent variable, variable to be explained or predicted. With the example like what, sales, demand and profit, cost, etc. Independent variable. Independent variable is that variable that influences the dependent variable. Example, price, income, advertisement, interest rate. Is I'm clear? Now, parameters. What is this parameters? This measure how much the independent variable affects the dependent variable. Error team. Error team is nothing but represents factors affecting the dependent variable that are not included in the model. General form of the econometric model is that y is equal to a plus b x plus e, where y is the dependent variable. Already we have discussed here, right? And where b is the coefficient slope, a is the constant intercept, x is the independent variable, e is the error term. Example, a company a company wants to estimate sales basis on advertising expenditure. Sales is equal to 50 plus 8 advertisement. This means base sales minus 500 units. Every additional rupees 1 spent on advertising increases sales by about 8 units. Means complete how many units is there? 500 units is there. Okay, and per 8 units for advertisement spended how much? Rupee 1. I hope you guys understood this. Okay, now another concept, steps in a econometric model. So what are the steps that are involved in a econometrics model? First one is that identify the business problem. Identify the business problem and develop economic theory. Formulate mathematical model. Collect data. Estimate the model. Use statistical methods and test the accuracy of the model and use the model for forecasting and decision making. Please note down these points. Steps in econometrics modeling. You can include these points while writing your answer based on econometric modeling. So these are the steps. What are the first one? Identity. Sorry, identity. The business of identify the business problem. Okay, developed in economic theory. And second one is the formulate mathematical model, and the third one is the estimate the model, use statistical methods, and fourth one is use the model for forecasting and decision making, and sixth one is the test and accuracy of the model. So let's we discuss about the importance of em. Em means what? Econometric modeling. Please note down this. Okay, if I am writing shortcut, you people please don't forget to correct in your notes. You people mention in your notes that econometric model. Importance of econometric model. First one, helps forecast demand and sales and assist in pricing decisions. And the third point is supports production planning. Okay, and fourth one is the helps estimate cost and profits. Now fifth one is reduces business risk. Okay, reduces the business risk with the help of what? With the help of econometric modeling. And sixth one is improves policy and investment decisions. I hope you guys understood. First point is helps forecast demand and sales, and second one is assist in pricing decision. Third one is supports production planning. Fourth one is helps estimate cost and profits. Fifth one is reduces business risk. Sixth one is improves policy and investment decisions. Now let's we talk about the applications of econometric modeling. First one is demand forecasting, we will apply here. Sales forecasting, we will apply this concept here. Third one is the pricing decision. Fourth one is the cost estimation. Fifth one is the investment planning. Sixth one is the production. Seventh one is the financial forecasting. Eighth one is government policy analysis. govt I have mentioned, it is a government, right? Full name, full word, government, government policy analysis. Okay, now let's talk about the advantages and limitations. Advantages: provides scientific decision making, improves forecasting accuracy, and third point, test economic theories, supports business planning, reduces uncertainty, helps maximize profits. Is I'm clear? Now limitations. What are the limitations? Requires accurate data. Models may not, models may not all real world factors, and results depend on correct assumptions, complex statistical techniques, and time consuming cost. So these are the steps in econometric modeling. Importance of econometric modeling, application of econometric modeling, advantages of econometric modeling, limitations of econometric modelings. Okay, now coming to the most repeated questions that we are going to discuss here. Short answers first. I will read, note down, and try to uh, you know write to yourself here. If you see, what is the first one? Define managerial economics. States objectives of managerial economics. We already discussed. Please kindly see once again and note down. And define the nature of management economics and characteristics of managerial economics. Already it's there in our notes. Please copy it. Now, explain the scope of managerial economics. Already I have discussed while explanation. And role of the managerial economist and responsibility of a managerial economist. This also I gave in. And explain the uses of managerial economics. Okay, now define opportunity cost. What is dependent variable? So you will get this kind of questions in short answers and long answers. Define managerial economics, explain the nature and scope of managerial economics, explain different types of fundamental tools or the concepts of managerial economics, explain econometric model and use of econometric model, and explain role and responsibilities of econometric modeling, and write in detail notes on the functions of the importance of managerial economics. Define econometric modeling, component of econometrics model, advantages, limitations, and econometric modeling. Find the inverse of matrix. Okay, this is a sample question I given. So this kind of questions you will get. Take a screenshot of this. So listen carefully. It's just like that. If you prepare, things is not going to be work out. So my suggestion, okay, or my tip is that to students, listen before going before writing any important questions or reading any previous year question. First you guys try to understand the complete concept of that particular unit. So unit 1 I gave a complete explanation. Okay, try to listen once, twice, thrice. Okay, twice if you, once maybe first time if you listen you will not understand. Second time little bit you can understand. Third time you will understand all the concepts. Okay, this is what, this is what, this is what. So you will get a clarity about it. So no need of worrying. So managerial economics is little tricky subject, I agree. But the thing is, if you keep on practicing, if you keep on working on it, I don't feel it is you feel that much harder subject. It is very easy. Follow the instructions whatever I'm giving. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much. Keep smiling.